Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to dive into this one with you today. If you're a focused learner looking to understand exactly how the world's most sophisticated companies are leveraging tech, well, you are in the right place. Today, we're going to trace the evolutionary maturity model of AI in marketing. We'll be looking at the 8 strategic pillars of AI, from intelligent search all the way to end-to-end automation, straight from our source data. This is the exact framework that takes an organization from simple task execution to a fully self-sustaining ecosystem.
I mean, really think about this for a second. Is your AI just writing your emails, or is it running your entire marketing strategy? It's a huge question, right? Because let's be honest, most folks are still stuck treating AI like a basic chatbot, using it to draft a quick reply or maybe brainstorm a catchy headline. But the source material we're digging into today reveals a vastly different reality. There's a massive contrast between that basic usage and a fully automated marketing ecosystem.
To get us there, we'll follow a clear, 5-step evolutionary arc today. We'll start with search and document analysis, move into content creation and localization, jump into ideation and data analysis, explore custom coding for marketing, and finally, wrap up with end-to-end workflow automation.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Search and Document Analysis.
Okay, so before an advanced AI can actually create anything, it has to listen, right? It has to learn. And we are talking way beyond a simple web search here. We're looking at the ability to leverage AI for incredibly complex searches across different databases. It analyzes search trends to figure out demographic-specific demands, and get this, it actually identifies influencers in niche communities who are perfectly relevant to your brand by analyzing their reach and engagement metrics.
This intelligent search literally builds the foundation of your entire strategy. By pinpointing trending keywords, the AI gives your SEO a massive boost from day one. It discovers competitor strategies so you can refine your own content plan, and it extracts actionable insights to find the absolute ideal platforms for your ad placements. Basically, it aligns your content with what your audience actually wants, improving your conversion rates right out of the gate.
And that brings us to the second pillar, advanced document analysis. Because once the AI has searched and gathered all that data, it actually has to make sense of it. Think of it like piecing together a giant puzzle of raw data, surveys, and customer feedback to reveal the hidden picture. It's not just about hoarding data, it's about active preparation and summarization. First, the AI dives into those massive campaign reports to evaluate your ROI and engagement metrics. Then it parses through all sorts of survey and feedback documents, no matter the length, to really gauge public perception. And third, it detects changes in historical brand sentiment. It highlights the positive keywords you should be leaning into and alerts your team to any negative spikes. It's literally drawing the conclusions for you.
Moving right along, let's get into Section 2, Content Creation and Localization.
So now that our AI has analyzed the documents, it's time to fire up the creative engine. This third pillar is scalable content creation. Think of the AI here as your tireless digital copywriter, one that scales across every single modality and never, ever needs a coffee break. It writes punchy, persuasive ad copy. It crafts emotional storytelling. It generates tailored event invitations, writes customer-centric landing page headlines, and yeah, it even produces detailed, highly engaging video explainer scripts.
But hey, creating great content is only half the battle. Making it universally understood, that's the real trick. And that is exactly what our fourth pillar, localization, is all about. This is where we transform one form of content into another, adapting the messaging so it resonates deeply with entirely different cultural groups.
This pillar is an absolute game changer for expanding your reach. The AI isn't just doing some clunky word-for-word translation. No, it's localizing your social media posts to keep the tone consistent across different regions. It personalizes ad copy for tricky linguistic nuances. It produces multilingual blog content that adapts examples specifically for cultural audiences. It even translates video captions while preserving idiomatic meanings. And it can dynamically adapt your web landing page layouts based on where the user is located. Unbelievable, right? All right, let's shift gears to Section 3, ideation and data analysis. At this point in the maturity model, we pivot from just doing to thinking. The AI stops being just a tool blasting out content and steps up as our master strategist. It actively analyzes survey and purchase history docs to segment customer data into incredibly meaningful, highly targetable groups based on demographics and actual behavioral data.
This completely strips away those traditional marketing bottlenecks we all hate. Instead of taking wild guesses about broad demographics, you have AI behavioral segmentation. Instead of sitting around wondering what to write next, the AI conducts creative ideation and content gap analysis, comparing competitor materials to spot missing topics and feeding you fresh recommendations. It literally creates actionable business strategies based on trend data forecasting.
So the real so what here is that this level of precision data analysis drastically cuts down on wasteful spending. The AI evaluates the ROI for every dollar you spend and suggests the absolute best budget distribution. It's monitoring public sentiment on social platforms to highlight where you need to respond immediately, and it tracks competitor campaign ideas so you can adapt what's working into your own strategy. It's hyper-relevance on a massive scale.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, Custom Coding for Marketing.
Okay, this is where things get really wild. The AI steps completely out of your traditional software dashboard. At this stage, the seventh pillar, AI isn't just a tool you use anymore, it's actively writing the tools. It generates custom code to recommend personalized marketing content, seamlessly pushing data-driven suggestions for blogs and videos right to the user's screen based on their unique machine learning profiles.
The capabilities here are just next level. We're talking about AI coding personalized content recommendation engines from scratch. It develops entire systems to track your SEO metrics and rankings. It automates the tedious data extraction from platforms like Google Analytics so you get real-time performance tracking. It even programs and develops sophisticated marketing chatbots using natural language processing libraries to handle complex queries. It's total personalized communication, fully automated.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? The brain, the voice, the strategist, the architect. But there is one final leap to make, a true paradigm shift that completely redefines the whole shebang.
And that is Section 5, End-to-End Workflow Automation. Welcome to the grand finale, folks, the eighth pillar. This is where you bring the researcher, the copywriter, the translator, and the data scientist together into one incredible, unified ecosystem. Here, your AI capabilities mature into a completely self-sustaining marketing machine. It orchestrates everything, from the very first search query all the way to the final targeted ad deployment.
To really nail this down, let's look at the exact phrasing from our source material. Workflow automation is defined as the partial or full automation of entire processes consisting of a sequence of multiple activities and consecutive steps to be automated by a combination of various prompts, AI solutions, or even AI agents. It is the seamless, beautiful linking of absolutely everything we've just talked about.
Think about what that actually means for your day-to-day. The system automatically generates top-tier, cross-channel content. It continuously identifies trending keywords for your SEO without you ever having to ask. It tracks ongoing performance, spots what isn't working, and optimizes ad variations on the fly. It executes targeted campaigns based on behavioral data it's segmented itself. It saves you massive amounts of time and resources while keeping your creative perfectly consistent across every single channel.
Which leaves us with this incredibly thrilling question to ponder. If an AI agent can flawlessly execute your entire marketing workflow, from the initial search and analysis right down to the coding and end-to-end automation, what strategic heights will your human team conquer tomorrow? Because when you are no longer bogged down in the day-to-day execution, the potential for true unbridled innovation is literally limitless. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this mapped out the future of your marketing stack. Stay focused and keep learning.